Boots of Fame. This is gonna be hopefully pretty quick. Surprisingly, this One Piece chapter, was it, we at 923 now, was, I mean, you could read it in like 2 minutes, mainly because it's like 80% action and like a bunch of cover or a bunch of double spreads. Obviously, kind of like leads off right where it kind of left in the last chapter. There was no breakaway or anything. It was Luffy goes, attacks Kaido, and I still think it made no sense for him to start that fight in third gear. Like, why would you use your elephant gun against somebody of Kaido's level? Why aren't you starting with the big guns? But he knocks him down, goes over. He's like, oh, I'm gonna go see if my crew's okay. He ends up running into Speed, the annoying horse chick, and I think from that page that Tom is dead. I'm actually really curious about that or what's kind of going on there. I'm just gonna assume she's dead for right now, and that, obviously makes Luffy mad. He's like talking to Kaido and tells him he's gonna be the Pirate King, and proceeds to attack him. Goes right in with the Elephant Gatling. Like, again, why are you using that on him? I feel like it'd be really obvious that it wouldn't, like, you would need to go right to your fourth gear, Luffy. Come on, but he does actually go to it right shortly after that. So it wasn't the idea of like he's got to preserve his energy because he's trying to play it smart against him, but he goes right to fourth gear after he knocks him down and drops that Kong organ, which is that's a weird attack. I don't get why. I'll get to my whole reasoning of that in a second because I was about to go off on a tiny rant, but I'm gonna wait till the very end. And then after the Kong organ, you get all the people like, oh man, he's so strong, and then Kaido immediately gets up and then proceeds to one-shot Luffy with his Divine Thunder attack. It's really he just like smacking him with his club and ends up beating him. And this actually kind of has me a little bit curious to the version of Kaido that people have been. I've seen some theories on that he's actually a dragon. They ate the oni fruit or something. I think it's a pretty cool one. I don't know how much evidence they have towards that. I haven't looked deep into the theory, but it's something that I think would be a pretty cool kind of turn. But yeah, Luffy getting wrecked was pretty cool, and it really just though made me think: if you had enough time to do all these attacks and you were able to get all these in succession and really get where this is going, why wouldn't you just get your biggest attack? If Kong Oregon is fine with you, why aren't you going for King Kong gun? You clearly at this point, like two attacks later, you realize that he's a big deal, so you use Kong gun. But why don't you just start with King Kong gun? It would have been such a better idea than using that Kong Oregon. But I had one other thing I really wanted to kind of address in this one is when Luffy's using his Kong organ and he's attacking Kaido, is you see funny enough is what's that guy's Shuten Maro, I think is his name, the fat samurai guy, is like sweating seeing what Luffy's capable of. And if he sees Luffy and he's like, oh shit, this guy's really powerful, and then he just like went and made Jack look like an idiot, further humiliation of Jack. And I don't know why I find it so hilarious, but I do. I think that character, he's constantly gets shit on every single time he does anything, and I think that's pretty humorous. But yeah, that's mostly it for this chapter. Like I said, you could read it in like 2 minutes. It was mostly Luffy throwing attacks and then bam, one shot, and Kaido just telling him like you know what kind of king are you supposed to be, stupid little brat, wrecks him, and that's kind of it for it. And the only thing I'm really curious about further going from this is if Kaido wants Luffy dead, why is he what's gonna stop him this just like from murdering unconscious Luffy as Kaido? I mean, people told me like maybe Law will teleport him out, but I feel like that's just gonna piss him off more, and it's too obvious I think maybe to do. But I don't know. It seems like the only option, so it probably will happen unless he comes up with some other reason, like maybe Kaido just falls asleep, or maybe he decides he wants to recruit Luffy. I mean, that's a possibility. I think recruiting him would be a better way for him not just to be like, why hasn't he just killed Luffy right there? But anyway, Luffy continues to be a master of making bad decisions, and he once goes against somebody that is way too much for him. Again, right after he did with Big Mom, and this is what happens. Dude, just like I don't get how he doesn't realize that Kaido was way above him. Like it, Katakuri, he barely like by this like a sliver was able to sort of like get up beyond that guy. And so like, why do you think you're gonna be anything to Kaido? I mean, anyway, I don't want to rant too much. This has already gone a couple like a good minute or so longer than I wanted this video to be. But otherwise, yeah, comment below on what you thought about this chapter if you liked it, and like the video. Give it a subscribe to the channel if you like this content. Check out my other stuff, mostly manga and anime stuff. And actually, you know what I noticed is both Natsu and Luffy both got trashed by super durable dragon-based dudes in the same week. Yeah. But otherwise, yeah, thank you very much for listening.